Basics of probability. In probability, we deal with procedures such as generating male-female births for answering a multiple-choice test question that produce outcomes. An event is any collection of results or outcomes of a procedure. A simple event is an outcome or an event that cannot be further broken down into simpler components. The sample space for a procedure consists of all possible simple events. That is, the sample space consists of all outcomes that cannot be broken down any further. So let's take a look at this example here: simple events and sample spaces. In the following display, we're going to use B to denote a baby boy and G to denote a baby girl. So let's take a look here. So here's the procedure. The procedure is you have a single birth. Okay, and an example of the event is having one girl, which would be the simple event. And then the sample space, which is the complete list of simple events, is boy, girl. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if we said that we created like this diagram here, okay, and this represents a single birth. Okay, you either have a boy or a girl. And again, that will tell us that the sample space would then be boy and then girl. Okay, so that tells us that if we wanted to find an example of an event, well, one girl would be a simple event, or one boy would be a simple event. But the sample space for a single birth is either a boy or a girl. Okay, now let's take a look at the next situation. So let's say we have the procedure this time, which is 3 births. Okay, and here's an example of an event. And then here's a sample space. Let's figure out how we can find a sample space by doing the same thing now with 3 births. Okay, so in this scenario, we're going to have the following. We know, and let me just make a little bit more room, because with these you probably need to make a little bit more room. Okay, we know that we have a boy or a girl, and that represents the first birth, right? Okay, and then what we're going to do is now we're going to go to the second birth. Now the second birth can be the following. You're either going to get a boy or a girl. Okay, or from this girl, you're going to get either a boy or a girl. So this would be the possibilities for the second birth. Now the third birth is the following. So we know that if you get a boy in the second birth, well, then the next options is either a boy or a girl. Okay, for this option, you can again either get a boy or a girl. And then for this option, again, you're going to get either a boy or a girl. And then for this one, again, you're either going to get a boy or a girl. And this would be the third birth, right? So that's what we're doing. The procedure is the third birth. Okay, now let's take a look at the sample space. So this is how we're finding the sample space. So the sample space is the following. Okay, we want to write out all of the scenarios that's going to give us the 3 possibilities. Okay, so let's take a look here. So if I look at this scenario, there's a possibility where we're going to get 3 boys. Okay, so that means that we're possibly going to get a boy, and a boy. Okay, and then there's another possibility where we're going to get a boy, and then a girl. So therefore, we have boy, and then girl. Okay, and then there's another possibility where we're going to get a boy, girl, and then boy. So let's write that one out. We have boy, girl, and then a boy. Okay, and then another scenario is the following. It's either a boy, girl, and then girl. So we have boy, girl, and then girl. Okay? So now we're going to look at the other scenario. So now let's see if we end up having a girl first. So having a girl first, we have an option of having a girl, a boy, and then a boy. So girl, boy, boy. Okay, and then the next option is either a girl, boy, or girl. So girl, boy, or girl. Okay, and then the next option is either a girl, girl, and then a boy. So girl, girl, and then a boy. And then the last option is the following. We could either get a girl, and then a girl. And therefore, that's going to represent the entire sample space for 3 births. And if you notice, that's what we get here. We get boy, 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 girl, boy, girl, boy, boy, girl, 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 boy, boy, girl, boy, boy, girl, 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 boy, and girl, girl, girl. So this is the complete list of the simple events. Now in this case here, it says an example of an event. Well, an example of event is getting 2 boys and 1 girl. Well, how many possibilities are there, right? So we want to make sure that we can find 2 boys and 1 girl. So if we take a look at our possibilities, right? So the first one doesn't give us 2 boys and a girl, but this one does. That's 2 boys and 1 girl. Okay, the next one is also 2 boys and a girl. And then if we keep going, then we're going to skip the next one, and then this is 2 boys and 1 girl. And the rest don't have that. So to find the event of 2 boys and 1 girl would be the following. So how many do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3. So if we wanted to find the probability of getting 2 boys and 1 girl in 3 births, well, that means you would have 3 in how many total? Well, how many do we have in the sample space? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 3 out of 8. That would be the probability of the event of getting 2 boys and 1 girl. Now let's discuss this a little further here. Now, the simple events. With 1 birth, the result of 1 girl is a simple event, and the result of 1 boy is another simple event. There are individual simple events because they cannot be broken down any further. Now, with 3 births, the result of 2 girls followed by a boy, such as girl, girl, boy, is a simple event. Now, when rolling a single die, the outcome of 5 is a simple event, but the outcome of an even number is not a simple event. Now, what is not a simple event? Now, with 3 births, the event of 2 girls and 1 boy is not a simple event because it can occur with these different simple events. We can either have a girl, girl, boy, boy, girl, or boy, girl, girl. And then finally, the sample space. With 3 births, the sample space consists of the 8 different simple events that were listed in the table and that we were able to find.